Hello guys, I hope everybody is able to see me, hear me and see the screen properly. क्या सबको मेरी आवाज clearly सुनाई दे रही है? Can I get a quick confirmation on chat? We're going to be having a quick session talking about different queries that students have with respect to the FRM, CFA and SCR exam. So in case you have any query, you can post it on the chat section and I will address those queries in today's session. Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much guys for confirmation. 1 week strategy for your August attempt. Sahil, so you're going for level 1, August attempt, 1 week strategy. Okay, so August FRM level 1. Okay, so ideally if you have last exam is going to start from 9th. So today is 3rd. Okay, till 9th of August. We are going to look at what should be your strategy. So from 3rd of August till 9th of August. Okay, assuming that you have completed some your preparation, you have solved everything, you're doing your final revision. So if you can do a quick mock on say 4th of August and one more mock on say around 6th of August, okay, then it would be really good if you have not done any mocks before. So both of these mocks should be your GAR sample paper, and that too it should be your 2024 sample paper. Okay, and when you're doing the analysis of mock, okay, when you're doing the analysis of mock, my suggestion, you should be doing this approach. Okay, obviously whichever each question, okay, for each question, once you're done solving and all, for each question go back and check which concept from the book it was. Go and read that concept again. Okay, Sahil. Second point, look at options of each question and try to see if institute can make any question around it. Any question around the option. And then go and look at the concept which is connected to and then read it. Okay, go and read the concept again. So basically not only just look at the question but look at the options. Okay, and in the last 3-4 days, which is from here like 7th, 8th and whatever the time is left for 9th, just do revision. Okay, do your final revision over here. Okay, that should be your broader strategy. Okay, let us start looking at other queries. A lot of people, Sahil, have answered your query. Okay, so somebody is asking, is BSc Finance with FRM a good combination with various certification like Python, SQL, Advanced Excel? I'm currently 18, studying 12th. Is it a good option? Yes. Okay, so BSc plus FRM is good, and along with this, if you're only doing SQL and Python, then it is good for you because it will help you to land into market risk roles easily. If you have some inclination towards stats, then it can also help you to get entry level jobs into controls. Okay, but then you will have to be very good in Python. Okay, so SQL and Python with BSc in finance and FRM is good. That's a very good combination. Institute or companies basically look for those people who have done some basic understanding of finance along with some global certification. And if you're doing SQL and Python, that is wonderful. Okay. Book 4, Aditya is asking book 4 important topics. I think so. For May exam, I have already released a video talking about all the important concepts from all the 4 books. So you'll have to check that video. It is basically connected to that, right, Aditya? I'm answering the queries which people have. Okay, Dinesh is asking, hello sir, I've just taken a GARP mock 1 and got a really demotivated by my score. How difficult is the actual exam compared to the GARP mock paper? Okay. We are talking about FRM level 1. Dinesh, I'm assuming we are talking about FRM level 1. Okay. So the ideal score in the GARP mocks would be around 55. 55 to 60. If you're getting this score, this is good. Then don't worry. Don't assume that you're performing bad. It's good score. Okay. That is a point that you need to understand. Now, in the actual FRM exam, this is based on my experience. Okay. Based on my experience, out of 100 questions, so roughly the bifurcation will be like 70, 30. 70 is going to be theory and quants based will be 30. Okay, but if you look at the difficulty pattern, because I've been taking a lot of interviews of students who have cleared the exam, so from that I can basically get a very clear understanding that 20 to maximum 25 questions, okay, will be tough or basically will be hard. Okay, then you will find roughly around 25 to 30 question easy. Okay, easy. But the middle one, whatever is remaining, like around 50 to 60 range, this is going to be moderate difficult. Now over here, you will get stuck with two options. So if you have read the treasure book properly, if you have gone through the content properly, then after 2-3 readings, you will be able to eliminate one option. That is what the general trend is. So your focus in the exam should be to obviously cover the easy concepts across 100 questions. Whichever is easy, you just pick it up and do it. Okay. And try to maximize your score in the moderate difficult and try to reduce your time in the tough questions. Okay. I'm not saying leave the entire 25 questions which are tough. What I'm trying to say is, out of those tough questions, try to find which question you can tackle and then spend time over there. Okay. So Dinesh, I've answered the query. If your query is not resolved, please ask again. Okay. Sudha, sir, is there a chance to get an internship opportunity in particularly risk after clearing level 1? Yes, there is a chance. Okay, because see, but for doing internship also, you cannot just expect that you're going to be sending the CV and people give you the internships. My suggestion would be keep on doing some smaller certifications also. Like for example, there is a lot of certification on Coursera that you can do, which is related to risk, to add things in your profile. Okay, and then try looking out for internship. And when you're looking for internship, look for smaller companies, because bigger companies have a structured program. They will not allow you, because generally they will go and say take interns from IIMs, so they will not allow you. Okay, so my suggestion is go and look for smaller organizations which are doing risk consulting or risk analysis related work. Okay, Sudha, I've answered the query. Akansha, what good job opportunities are there if one is in graduate in finance and FRM level 1? See, primarily, very good chance that you can enter into, say, NBFCs. Okay, you can enter into financial industry support companies, which are nothing but your dealers, or say any, for example, clearinghouse. Get there. You can get into credit rating. Okay, if you have some background of balance sheet analysis, credit rating agencies will pick you up. Okay, you can also enter into asset management company, but again at an entry level, and you can look at risk, but you can also focus on product teams or teams which are looking at portfolio or portfolio management. These roles you can get. Okay, apart from that, investment banking. But in investment banking, even if you're not getting core risk, because it's only level 1, okay, my suggestion would be get closer to risk, because in bigger banks you generally have risk reporting roles. Okay, that is where you can easily enter into, or to a certain extent you can also enter into trade support roles. where you need to have good understanding about the products. That will help. Okay. So Akansha, I've answered your query. I've tried to give you a gist where you can get an opportunity. Vignesh, right now I'm in my last year of college and attempting November FRM part 1. If I pass my exam, then should I do a job or internship or just start with part 2? See, if you are giving your November 24 as your FRM level 1, your result will come in Jan. Okay, Jan first week. If you wish to give the exam in May 25, then you have very limited time. So don't do job, okay, and give FRM level 2. Okay, but suppose you feel that no, there is a requirement for you to do a job, then what you can do is you can go for August 25, okay, and start looking out for jobs from December onwards. From December till Jan, Feb, you should have a job. Okay, and along with job, we'll have to prepare for August. That should be your strategy. Okay, and if there is no hard and fast requirement for jobs, then you can look for internship also. So you can do internship, but ideally try to keep an internship in such a way that you get around 3-4 hours to prepare, 3 hours at least to prepare for the level 2 exam after January. Okay, I hope everybody is good. Vignesh, I've answered the query. Saloni, answering to your query. Hello sir, what would be the ideal score in GARP mock for part 2? Very interesting. So FRM level 2. Okay, so GARP, ideally it should be around 40 to 45. Okay, because there is 80 questions. Okay, and to crack FRM level 2, ideally you need to be very good in market risk, credit risk, and for ops risk, what you should be doing is just keep on reading. If you have done 2-3 reading of this book now, you'll be able to pick up the questions. You'll be able to you'll be able to choose an option properly. Okay, so score the question that you asked should be around 40 to 45. Okay, that's a very good score, because normally the range of clearing this exam for level 2 will be like 45 to 50. That should be the range. Okay, I hope I've answered. Saloni, Jai Hind College. Okay, what your average package after doing FRM for a college level graduate? So it all depends which company you're going, but if you're a fresher, then it can range from 4 lakh per annum to around 6 lakh per annum. Normally that is the range. Okay, but again, it depends. If you go to a big organization, say like a hedge fund or these companies, private equity fund, then the number can be slightly higher. But again, you have to be very smart to crack those interviews. But the range should be like this. Okay, I've answered a query. As per my previous question about that BSc and FRM, can you please tell me roadmap and other things, like at what position to apply for starting package, and after doing that, can I crack US? See, I think so. You're right now in 12th standard. You should not be worrying about that. What should be your plan? That in the next 3 years, by the time you graduate, okay, can you utilize your graduation time frame? So one way is you can do FRM. Other way is like doing some Python, and also try to work on your interpersonal skills, your ability to speak to larger audience. Okay, improve your public speaking skills. Focus on that. Okay, post your graduation, okay, or basically the third year of your graduation, you can also look for CFA. So if you're planning to go abroad, okay, and if you're planning to study abroad, having FRM plus CFA will help you a lot in your overall finance jobs which are there outside India. Okay, but apart from these technical skill set, like I said, you also need to work upon yourself with respect to how your interpersonal skill has to be very good, soft skill has to be very good, and your public speaking ability should be very good. Nobody is expecting you to speak difficult English or very British English. It is basically more related to how confidently you can speak and how confidently you can communicate. Okay, that is my thought process. Okay, CFA, if you have interest, then do it. Okay, and you can do it in the third year of college. Likewise, you can plan. Okay, I've answered the query. Swati, please give us idea about the time management and actual FRM exam you are appearing for August. Okay, so if I'm looking at FRM, 1 second. FRM level 1, we are talking about August exam. On the day of the actual exam, see, there are different ways through which you can tackle the actual exam. One suggestion would be that though when you are looking at the question, okay, in the first, say, 1 minute, you should be able to identify whether you will solve this question or not. If the decision is yes, go and put that next 1.5 minute. But if the decision is no, okay, ideally it should come in the 30 seconds itself. When you're reading, you get a feel that whether this question is actually that level or not, whether I have seen this concept or not. Okay, so you'll get that idea, and you'll only get this idea if you've solved a lot of questions. Okay, now if the answer is no, just flag the question and move ahead. So if you bifurcate the entire 4 hour for FRM level 1 exam, so you need to have bifurcation of 25, 25, 25. This is a standard bifurcation, and for this you don't need any mathematics. It's a very simple bifurcation. But what the problem is that when you start your first hour, most of the student, they might end up solving only 17 or 18, and they will panic. Don't panic. Okay, don't panic. Whichever question you are not confident, okay, just flag and choose an option and move. Okay, wherever you have a clarity that it is the answer is between, say, two options, A and B, so choose one of the option and write it down in your paper that this question A comma B, I have to choose between these two only. This is going to increase your chances of clearing the exam. Okay, so by the end of one hour, if you are 17 or 18, that is more than enough. Don't worry, don't panic. You will be able to cover it in the next 2 hours. Okay, you will be able to cover it in the next 2 hours. And the normal range, normally what happens to people in the actual exam is that they are able to complete their entire from 1 to 100, okay, from 1 to 100 in 3 hours or 3.5 hours. And in the last half an hour, okay, in the last half an hour, they will only look at those flag questions. Okay, and one more thing which you should remember, okay, Swati, that you are not required to solve everything. You're not supposed to get everything correct. Okay, so out of 100 questions, if you're getting 60 to 65 correct, very high chances you're going to clear the exam. Okay, very high chances you're going to clear the exam. Okay, so I've answered your query, Swati. Richa, sir, appearing for the August exam P1, if you can give some suggestion for the last few days. I've already actually talked at the start what you should be doing. So at the start, we talked about it. So from 3rd till 9th, you should be giving 2 mocks, GAP sample paper, latest for 2024. Analyze each question properly, which concept it is. Also look at each option and see if we can create a question from that, if the GARP can create question from that option. Because one of my students who appeared for level 2, he did the entire analysis of the GARP paper properly, and he realized that most of the questions that he got were actually part of the options. Okay, so this is one trick that he told me. So you can also apply. Look at the options properly and see which topic it is from, whether we can create any question on that. Okay, so that is what I have answered, Richa. That is my suggestion for the last few days. Do proper 2 solving of mocks and also read all the option paper properly. Okay, let us move forward. So what is the next question? Pratik Doshi, why to join your class for FRM? Is it why or how? Okay, if it is how, go to our website and you can join it. Why? If you like my teaching, then only join. Okay, so I have a lot of videos over there on the YouTube. You can watch it. I have also taken interviews of my students who have cleared the exam. So it will give you good perspective that how basically I guide. If you like, then only you join. Okay. Samir, how to get internship? This is a very generic statement. You're looking for internship in what? See, if you have clarity that where exactly, which kind of role I want to get into, higher the chances you're going to get into that role. Because then you're asking relevant question. Say for example, if I want to get into risk, okay, my next question will be, is there any certification apart from FRM that is actually, is there any skill set that they are looking at? Okay, Python. So I can start doing that. Okay. So internship in your relevant role. Okay. If you want to get into that, first of all, your clarity should be there on the what role it is. My suggestion is talk to few people in that area or through LinkedIn. Okay, get some guidance. Okay, that why somebody would hire you, or normally when they hire interns, what do they actually look at them? Okay, what different kind of profiles they have, and then create your CV, then create a profile, and then apply. So it might take some time, but you will get good idea about which area of finance I am trying to get internship on and what is actually being looked into. Okay, majority of the time my suggestion would be, don't aim right now at the start for very big companies. Start with smaller companies, because a lot of time we feel that I will only go for JP Morgan, I will only go to Morgan Stanley. Okay, see, I've worked with Morgan Stanley. I know they only have they have very structured programs of internship, they have structured programs of hiring people, so very difficult to crack it. It is better that you start at some lower organization and then apply. Darsh, answering to your query, what certification to add on to become an ideal CV? I will do this after CFA level 1 in Feb. See, if you want to get into areas of equity research or areas of slightly investment managing, then financial modeling is good. But if you want to move towards product side, to risk side, then Python is good. Python is a very good course that you can apply for. More importantly, it is not about knowing Python, it is about applying. So you can take some data from NSE, BSc and do some modeling around it. That is where the value add is. Don't just learn what is Python or how to code in Python. That is not important. Create projects on that, and when you go to interview, you can tell them that I've created models like this. Okay, Darsh, I have answered the query. Kaushalya, how much time someone should contribute each day if someone is starting today for November and have less than 3 months to prepare? Would you recommend May or November? See, if you're going for November FRM exam, if you're working, then 2 hours to 2.5 hours. Okay, in that 2.5 hours, ideally, you should be watching the video of that chapter. Read that chapter, because you will not get more than that time. Okay, this should be your weekday. And weekends, that is Saturday, Sunday, okay, only solve the question bank. Only solve the question bank of those chapters which you have done. Okay, on weekend. So it should be around 5 to 7 chapters. Okay, now if you are a student, or if you're not working right now and you're giving the exam of FRM level 1 in November, then my suggestion is give at least 5 to 6 hours. Okay, complete one chapter daily with solving. So if you're able to do that, okay, one chapter per day with solving, then in the next 60 days or 62 days, you'll be able to cover 62 chapters. Okay, so by end of September, your portion is completed. Then October, you can revise. If you're working, your portion completion will happen by the end of October. Okay, so revise and then basically do sectional test if you have. Then you can do mock papers. So for college students or people who are not working, Right now also they can easily start and prepare, and it's pure numbers. You can see that. Okay, you can dedicate 5-6 hours and go for the exam. Okay, if you're working and you've started now, then try to focus on completing videos on the weekdays. On weekends, just solve. Okay, I have answered the query. Pashalya, if there is still a query, you can ask it over here. Okay, Akshay, what is the lowest score people have achieved and passed? Actually, we don't come to know about it, but in July 2021, so at that point in time, some scores were getting available, because it was the first time that the people have the exam went online. So on Reddit, a lot of people had posted. So somebody got 49 score also, and he cleared the exam. 49 score also. Okay, so that's why my suggestion is 55 out of 100. If you're correct, 55 to 60, you're good chance of passing the exam. Okay, Rohit, answering to your query, for somebody who has taken maths, who has not taken maths for his undergraduate studies or 11, what is the probability of clearing in 100 days? Rohit, see, ideally, having quants background or not is not going to decide that you're going to clear the exam. Obviously, it helps, but without quants background also you can clear. So I had students, and you can see their interviews also, with no stats background, no quants background. They have cleared in their college, in the first year, second year of their college. Okay. Now, with answering to your question, even if you do not have a background, the only requirement will be, say, instead of 6 hours, you might be putting 8 hours. Okay, but you need a proper plan. That is first part. Second, you need good content also to prepare, because see, in FRM the quant book is slightly tricky, because the way they have written, you would realize it when you read Swagger. You will realize that even though it is connected, they have used different notations, so you will get confused. That is the problem. Okay, so you need a good mentor, you need good content to support your preparation. Okay, that is my suggestion. But Swagger is good book. At an overall level, it is good book, because apart from that, you have GARP, and if you read GARP, you will not be able to complete anything in 100 days. Then you will have to go for May if you're using GARP. My suggestion is go for Swagger, do it properly. Okay, have a plan for your clearing, and then give your best shot. Shivam, GARP, Risk and AI new course. So as of now, I am not 100% clear on the intent of the course and all. I have not seen that in detail, but in the next 1 month, I am going to have a look at it, and probably we will also be starting something on that. Risk and AI, we'll be starting something on that. Okay. Manju, sir, I have started FRM recently. I'm planning to give the exam in November, but I'm afraid of the theory section. How much weightage? See, theory is most easiest. Okay. So Manju, my suggestion would be, see, the only thing is, the main thing is solve question bank. Okay, Rohit, you can also listen to this. Solve as much questions as possible. Okay. So don't worry about theory. It is not very tough. Okay. They might give you scenarios, they might give you some things, but the core concept is very easy. Okay, focus on Swagger, Manju, and solve as much theory question as possible. Okay, generally the weightage of theory is around 60 to 70%. Okay, I have answered the query. Hariharan, is maths important for CFA? No, it is not that important. They have quants in it, but again, it's not like that. If you have not done maths, you cannot do anything in life. It is not like that. It is basic common sense. Once you understand what is happening, you will be able to get very good quartiles in quants also. Okay. What is the duration of BSc in finance? I think so. Now it is 3 years, and they've also started the 4-year course. So it depends upon what pattern you choose. Sudhendran, can you please talk about SCR's new syllabus? So there are 2 chapters that have been added. Okay, 2 new chapters. The weightage of those two new chapters is slightly lower. Still, chapter number 6, 7, and 1 is important for your exam. Content wise, it is slightly tricky because a lot of information has been added over there. Okay, and certain things are not very structured. So it is content wise, it is slightly tricky. Okay, but if you're going for the exam, you should focus right now, focus on the first 8 chapters and then go to the last 2 chapters. Make sure you're comfortable with the first 8 chapters. Akshay, out of the 55-60, what has to be the book wise split? Someone who is weak in quant. See, Akshay, I'll give you a very simple reference. I had a student who got 4th quartile, and I have also taken his interview, 4th quartile in quants, but he did very well in the other 3 books. 2 second quartile, he cleared the exam. So it is not like that you have to score in every book very good. Okay, my basic logic is if you're not good in book 1, if you're not good in book 2, okay, then ideally what you can do is you can perform better in the other books like 3 and 4. Then also you will be able to clear the exam. Okay, Akshay, I've answered your query. Jainam, is completing FRM in first year and pursuing CFA level 1 and 2 in the second and third year with internship of FRM is possible? Yes, it is possible. People do that. People do that, so you can definitely go and do it. There is no problem with that. Okay. Look at time. Along with college, do you have time to do internship and then preparation? Because level 2 CFA is tough. So then it is going to be slightly problem. Okay, so focus on whether you have time or not. Okay. Okay, so I'm answering the next query. People, if you have any query which I have not been able to answer, please put it on the chat section. I'll answer the query. Chalo, next query is unbox anything. After clearing FRM level 1 in May, when can I go for CFA level 1? What should be my strategy? See, you can then go for November. So if you're going FRM level 1 in May 25, then November 25, you can easily go for CFA level 1. Why? Because 40% of the portion is same. See, if you've prepared for FRM level 1, you're done with 40% of CFA level 1 and CFA level 2. Yes, because you have quants, which is almost same. For CFA level 1, you will be finding it very easy. Okay, the quants book. Then you have fixed income book. You have derivative, fixed income, derivatives book, portfolio management book. These 3 books are directly easy. Okay, same content. But because you have seen so much calculation, okay, your equity will become easy. Okay, equity will become easy and AI will become easy, and these 2 books will also become easy. Okay, so there are total 10 books in CFA level 1. 4 book is direct connected to your FRM. 2 becomes slightly easy. Okay, so we are almost done with 6. So there are 4 books which are remaining. What are the 4 books? You have FSA, then you have corporate issuers, ethics, and I think so I missed 1 book. Portfolio, quant, fixed income, derivative, equity, economics. Yes. So these 4 books is where you have to focus more. You have to put more effort because it is something new. Okay, so I've answered your query. You can definitely go for November 2025. Pawan, answering to your query. What are all the teams department one has to focus? Someone who has 10 years of retail banking experience with CFA. See, if you already have a banking experience, core banking experience, then you can look at NBFC. Most importantly, NBFC product team or credit analysis team. You can also look at treasuries of corporate. There you will be able to easily get into roles. Okay, a lot of big organizations, they have a treasury team. You can also look at consulting and look at those consultings who provide banks consulting, who are providing consulting to banks. Okay, and you can also look at smaller organizations like Protivity. Then there is Scroll in Bangalore that you can look at. There are a lot of smaller organizations who are doing consulting, and these are general consulting. You can also look at IT consulting. They also need people with banking experience. Okay, they need people with bank experience plus FRM. So that is where you can, Pawan, you can try. Okay. Kaushal, answering to your query, is there any strategy to remember the formula for FRM? There are so many formulas. So 5 days, 7 days before the exam, go through just read the formulas in the morning, in the evening, morning, evening. Just focus on that. See, if you want to remember the formula, if you do 5 days, 10 days before the exam, just reading of the formula, you will remember it. So that is not a problem. So there are 2 things: whether I remember the formula and whether I can use it properly. That means, can I calculate properly? So I'm assuming calculation is not a problem. Remembering is the only issue. So there you just need to keep on reading. Just dedicate 10 minutes, 20 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes, 20 minutes in the evening. Okay, Sunita. Hi sir, I am not able to recollect everything after reading theory. See, this is very common. Okay, when you read the content for the first time, Okay, you will not remember what you have read in the 5 chapters before. That is very common. If you're doing it for level 2, that is more very common. So don't worry about it. Okay, simple. What you have to think is, when I'm going to do the second revision, when I'm going to do the third revision, that is where the dots will get connected. Okay, that is where people you'll be able to understand which chapter is connected to what. Okay, so don't have the pressure. Okay, I'm assuming, Sunita, you're going for November exam. Okay, so in that case, you can easily go through the second revision, third revision. That will help you to recollect. And this is the case with everybody. So don't worry. Okay, Binita, kindly suggest the last 8 day strategy. Binita, मैंने already बता दिया. I've already talked at the start. So you can go to the start of the video. I've talked about it. Okay. Vijaya, what things to carry for FRM exam? Very good. So obviously your calculator, scheduling email, print, and your main document. It can be your passport or DL, driving license. Okay, make sure your name matches with the passport, which is there in the scheduling part. Okay. Sniper, sir, I have completed book 1 in FRM level, and book 2 will be completed by till 9th August. Please give me any tips for 3 and 4. When is your exam? Is it November? Can you please confirm? Is it November? Rohit, as per my research and interview experience, quant risk team prefers somebody who has already worked in this area with maths and stats background. IIT will FRM compete. See, again, that's what I said, Rohit. So if you have good hold on Python, okay, and again, they look at stats background, that is definitely there. But even if you're not able to get into core quant roles, there are so many other roles where they use some amount of modeling. So you can focus on that. Okay, so there are model development teams, there are model validation teams. You're going to be closer to that. So you will be able to understand how things work. Okay, might not be very clear that, see, FRM will not be able to compete with IIT because they are doing a core statistical study. Somebody who has done statistics major in ISI, okay, you will not be able to compete with him, and that should not be your strategy. Okay, your strategy should be able to get closer to what team I'm looking at, and then with work experience I can shift. Okay, Praveen, answering to your query, how is the new risk and AI certification? Right now, I've not got an opportunity to read the content of that book, but we are definitely going to come up with something on it. In the next 1-2 months, we might start some content around it. Okay. Rahul, how many maths related questions in FRM level 1, level 2? So level 1, mostly the quant will be like, level 1 should be around 25 to 30 questions max. For level 2, 10 to 15 questions, not more than that. Okay. Rahul, I've answered the query. Mark, please guide me on how to get a job as a fresher after clearing FRM. See, first of all, change your CV. Try to do as much free certification that is available from Coursera. Okay. And whenever you see any job description, try to see why somebody will hire you for that job. Is your relevant keywords are there in your CV or not? Because if your CV is not getting shortlisted, okay, most likely there is nothing relevant written in the CV which is connecting you to the job. Okay, so that is one reason. If you're done FRM, okay, most likely you will be getting opportunities. Okay, at least you will get interviews, because I've seen people with fresher background and FRM, they've got 5 to 6 lakhs package. So that is there. Okay, but slightly, if you are fresher, then try to add things in your CV which you can talk about. That should be your strategy. Like I said, free certification, do something on Python. If you're writing Python in your CV, then at least do some projects and show that to your employer. Then he'll be able to connect that, okay, you have working experience on it. Okay, what is the best alternative for hedge fund in terms of job prospect? Since India does not have any hedge fund, so if you see, apart from hedge fund, there are a lot of other roles that are available. For example, you can go to credit rating agencies. Asset management is booming in India, so there also there are core teams. You can try and get into that. A lot of investment banks, they have back office roles where you might not have might not need huge statistical background, but some basic financial product related information can also help. So apart from hedge funds, you can look at these areas. Next question, Khushi, how much time, how much ratio theory and calculation is there in part 1? So like I said, 70%, so roughly 70 question is going to be theory, and 25 to 30 questions will be around calculation. Okay, Khushi, I've answered your query. RV, how much time required to prepare for FRM level 1? First time want to attend. I'm having a banking experience around 10 years. See, if you're a banker, then ideally take around 6 months. Okay, but the game for you is to have 2 hours every day, and weekends 4 to 5 hours. That should be your strategy. My suggestion. Shreyas, if there is any other query, please post it on chat. I'll answer the query. Okay. Shreyas, will passing CFA level 2 as a BCom graduate be enough to get an entry level jobs in Metro City? I obviously want to clear CFA level 3, and then definitely CFA level 2 is, if you're clearing CFA level 2, that's a good sign, and companies do recognize it. You can try in boutique investment banks with very good opportunities for you, and try to get into roles which are more into advisory. Okay, consulting firms. There also they will be able to take you easily. So Metro mein jobs are possible with FRM level 2. Sorry, CFA level 2. Okay. Mithun, answering to your query, I have started now for FRM level 1 November exam. I am working full time, not able to spend more than 2 hours daily, including weekend. Is it too late? So it all depends upon how you are reading. And see, I give a strategy based on my videos. So my videos, one chapter video is 2 hours. So on weekdays, I basically tell them watch the video, because by watching the video, your entire swagger is done. Okay, you are just watching the swagger along with the video. So then you do not have the pressure to read the swagger again. That is my thought process. Okay, so if you are spending 2 hours and maximum 3 hours in one chapter, so weekday you can complete chapters, weekend you can just solve. Okay, my major concern, Mithun, is that do you get time to solve? If you do not get time to solve question bank, then clearing FRM will be difficult. Okay, clearing FRM will be difficult. Okay, Sniper, answering to your query, yes, for November 2024, I have completed book 1 and book 2, and book 3 and book 4. So what should be my strategy? So what you can do, you can reach out to me on my WhatsApp number. I have a Excel plan. So you can look at that order. Whichever chapter you are done, just leave it. You can do that, and then whichever chapter you have not done, just go through that chapter in that particular order. That is my suggestion. Okay. The reason I don't ask people to go by book 1, book 2, because I'll give you an example. In FRM level 1, there is 5th chapter, which is portfolio management, modern portfolio theory. It is connected to your book 2. Then there is your anatomy of great financial crisis. It is connected to book 3, mortgage and mortgage-backed security. So you can reach us on WhatsApp number. We'll send you the study schedule. You can follow that. This is the same schedule with law. A lot of students have already cleared the exam they have done. Okay. Answering to the next student, Gaurav. Sir, I have completed economics and corporate issuers in CFA level 1. I have my exam in November. Can I complete the rest of the syllabus 30 days before the exam? If you're a student, easily possible. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry. Okay, what you can do now is, if I'm assuming you're only done with these 2 books, if you're done with corporate issuers and this, okay, you can start with quants, then do I hope everybody is able to see me, hear me. Can I get a quick confirmation on chat? सबको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? There's slight internet issue. Yes, okay. हाँ, so I'm continuing. कहाँ पे थे? Gaurav, हाँ. So Gaurav, you have completed economics and corporate issuer. Yes. So now you should be doing quants, then go to derivative, fixed income, equity. Okay. So we have completed 2 and 4, 6 books. Then you can do AI, alternative investment, then portfolio. Okay, then you can focus on FSA and ethics. What you can do in ethics now, because you have an exam in November, so say September, October, every day, read the ethics book properly once. It is not going to take much time, but every day make sure every single day just solve 10 questions. There is so many questions which are available for ethics, so don't worry, it is easily possible. Okay, so 10 questions every single day, you will be able to complete 300, 500 questions. So ethics do side by side. Okay, ethics do side by side. That is my suggestion. Gaurav, I hope I have answered the query. If I have missed any book, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Okay. Next question. Shreyas, sir, do you still mentor through TopMate, like one-to-one call? Yes, it is there. You can book the call, but you'll have to look at the proper time. Huh? In the evening only, just book it at 6 o'clock, something like that. Okay. Mark, please can you tell me which platform is suitable for applying jobs and the process of strategy to find job? So LinkedIn is the best platform, definitely. There is also IIM jobs. Okay, so you have LinkedIn, and then you also have IIM jobs. While I prefer LinkedIn because you can actually see who has posted the job. You can go and find people in that same company, reach out to them and understand what is the job requirement. So that is better. Okay, that is better. So my strategy would be like, I'll try to understand if suppose I'm looking to get into investment bank and that to risk. So I'll try to first identify what different roles are there in the risk team. There was a podcast which I had done, which could be helpful for you. Okay, because I'm doing explicit podcast on career opportunities or career roles. Okay, so coming back to this query, so I'll try to understand what is there in the risk, which broader teams are there, and I'll try to find 2 or 3 people from each different roles, and I'll try to speak them. Okay, trying to understand what core things are there that are basically tested, and I will try to include those core things in my CV. That is what my strategy would be. Okay, and then try applying for it. Kaushalya, thank you. See, having a doubt in your preparation is very normal. Everybody feels that doubt that whether I'll be able to clear this exam or not. It's very common. But my suggestion would be always think if your aspirations are good, very high. Okay, so suppose your aspirations that I'll be working in a very big company, you will have to give these difficult exams. There's no alternative. Okay, you will have to sacrifice. You will have to clear. If your goal is very clear in your mind, you will clear these exams. Okay, so my suggestion is don't be afraid. Everybody feel that self-doubt, everybody get depressed once in a while. Pick up yourself and give the exam. Okay. Yogesh, can you please repost that query once again? Sniper, I have answered your query. If you have missed, please repost. Ayush, okay, my quant valuation is left in few chapters of book 3. So I would be able to do it. That is possible. You still have a lot of time. So people who are going for November FRM exam, don't panic. Okay, you have time. You have next 60 days easily, and even if there is a delay, you have October. I've seen people who have completed their portion in October and still been able to clear the exam. So don't worry, October end they have completed the portion. I've seen people with 1 mocks. They've given only 1 mock, they've been able to clear the exam. So don't panic. You still have time. Do it properly. Every single day, 2 to 3 hours is required. And please, Ayush, make sure that you solve question 1. Okay. Shreyas, I have my CFA level 2 exam this month. Hopefully I'll pass and I'll give CFA level 3. Would be interested 2025 August. Should I start a job? If after graduation there has been a huge gap, then start a job. If it is like suppose you have graduated this year only, okay, and you're giving the exam in August, then do an internship along with your CFA level 3 prep. Okay, that is my suggestion. You have graduated in 2023. So now it's already 1 year. So you can look for a job. Do a job and then simultaneously do your level 3. Okay. Thank you, Gaurav. Sir, for level 1, do live classes are available and what will be the timing? we have live lectures Sunday 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. First and third Saturday we don't take lecture because banking students also have working day. So today is a working day, so I'm not having a lecture today for FRM level 1. But one thing that I basically follow is that I give the videos beforehand to students. You are supposed to watch the video of the lecture which I'm going to teach, so that you are ahead of me. You have to be whatever I'll give you the order of in what order I'm going to prepare. So that also you have to be ahead and keep watching the videos as you move ahead. Attend the lecture. Make sure that your queries, whatever query you have, ask those queries. Okay. Yogesh, sir, I am giving CFA level 1 May 2025. I'm registering for the passport and are also applying for scholarship for May. Do we need passport while applying for scholarship? No, I don't think so. No. For exam registration, they do ask your passport, not for scholarship. Thank you, Ayush. Any other queries, guys? Any other queries? I know a lot of people are going to go for your August exam for FRM CFA level 1. A lot of students preparing for November exam. So give your best shot. Don't waste time. Okay, have a proper plan, proper strategy. Okay, if you need some support, additional support, I'm available on this number on WhatsApp. But again, please put a WhatsApp message. Okay, we'll try to help you as soon as possible. Okay, we might not be able to help you immediately, but as soon as possible. Okay, if you're FRM students, if you're going for the exam at the center, if you face any challenge, even if you're not my student, okay, reach me on WhatsApp. Okay, I'll try to help you out. Okay, so I hope everybody is good and I've not missed anybody's question. Right? Okay, there are a few people who have asked. Any tips on which skill I should learn for resume building? I'm a BCom graduate with CFA level 1 in August and I'm fresher. So very easy would be to do some free certifications from Coursera. Because see, when you add those certifications, you have some points to talk. The major problem with freshers face is that they don't have much thing to talk about. Okay, so either the questions will come on your CFA or either the questions will come on what extra you have done. So you try to add more things in your extra, right? For example, you have joined some NGO, for example, or done something extra apart from study. That is also going to be helpful. So you can add those things in your CV. Okay. Sanjay, answering to your query, which field in finance do you think right now is a niche which is going to be big? See, risk is by default going to be big because now when artificial intelligence is going to come, the risk is going to be everywhere. So they will need risk people. Next is climate risk. The reason being this risk is going to become bad. It is going to aggravate as we move ahead. So right now people are not talking that much. Okay, but over a period of time, this is going to be a big issue. ESG has been there in the industry, so that is a trend which is there right now. A lot of Indian companies are going to incorporate ESG in the near future. Okay, so AI related, anything which impacts AI, risk related part is definitely going to be there. Climate risk is going to be there. Sustainability is there, but more important is climate risk and ESG. Yogesh, sir, last doubt. So, sir, normal मैं apply करूँ passport because in normal it takes go for fast passport. I think so they deliver in 10 days. Go for that. Don't wait for 1 month. Kavita, how do I get over the feeling of regret because I dropped CA and stopped now studying for CFA? Family pressure था तो earn early so change my career. Don't worry Kavita, बहुत normal है. CA छोड़ के बहुत लोग because हर कोई CA नहीं clear कर पाता. That is normal. CFA में आप अच्छे से पढ़िए, बहुत आपको CFA भी करियर चेंज करा सकता है. ओके, CFA आपके करियर में बहुत अच्छा बूस्ट ला सकता है. तो CFA पे फोकस कर लीजिए. अभी आपने स्टार्ट कर लिया है तो अच्छे से पढ़िए, बहुत सॉल्विंग करिए, क्लियर हो जाओगे आप. CA जितना टफ नहीं है. इट इज नॉट दैट डिफिकल्ट. ओके Mark, I don't have the list currently of what different immediate courses are available. I can check and I can reach out to you. But right now I don't have it. Gaurav, answering to your query, is passport necessary? Passport necessary for registration of FRM? See, registration but it is not necessary. But when you're going to schedule, they do ask what are the last 4 digits of your passport or any license, any document. So while paying the fees, that is not required. Sniper, I am 20 and I have failed CA foundation 2 times and CMA level 1. So now I am always fearful. Now this is very basic. So I've seen students who are panicking. So because you have not cleared one particular exam does not mean nothing is going to happen in your life. Okay, it is not like that you will fail every exam. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. Okay, focus, give your best shot. Okay, so it is all about how you cope up with failure. Okay, and this is very normal. See, exam is just an exam. It's an incident in your life. Okay, in real life you're going to face so many challenges. So every time you cannot get demotivated. Now you have to face the challenge. You have to get up again and start working. Okay, start working. So don't be demotivated. I'm going to be as a friend, I'm telling you, don't be demotivated. One exam is not going to decide your career. Okay, one exam is not going to decide your career. Give your best shot. Your life might be somewhere else. Your career might be somewhere else. Okay. Swati, answering to your query, sir, please guide us about experience certificate which needs to be submitted. So basically they need 6 to 7 points. Okay, they need 6 to 7 points. Talking about what role you did and how is it connected to risk. So look at each of 7 points, write down 7 points and see how I can connect it to risk management, which risk I'm mitigating. Write it in that manner and then submit. Kavit, answering to your query, I have a perspective that CFA is inferior to CA, that's why it is hurting me. No, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. See, both are focusing on different areas. Okay, CA focuses more on your audit, your taxation, to a certain extent law. But over here, they are focusing more on investment management. So that is not correct. So don't think that way, that, oh, I am going for CFA, it is an inferior course, and even if I clear, it will not make any difference. No, it is not like that. It has good potential in the market. Okay. See, if you had the potential for clearing CA, now you have stopped it. Don't worry. Focus on CFA and clear it. I hope I have answered all the queries. सब लोग हैं मेरे साथ में? Can I get a quick confirmation on chat? Everybody? जनता? ठीक है. I'll be closing the session in some time. Okay. Thank you very much for joining in. Okay. Sniper, answering to your query, leave your past. It is not going to decide your future. Focus on everyday preparation. Okay. Consistency is not about, it is not like that every year, every day you're going to put 2 hours. Sometimes you might put only 1 hour. That is okay. But again, next day you put, next day you start preparing. Okay. That is what consistency is all about. Okay. I have answered the query. Sniper, Kavita? नहीं कविता, ऐसा नहीं है. मतलब if that would have been the case, everybody would have done CA only. Nobody would have done CFA, FRM, all of this. ऐसा नहीं होता. Okay. Harder the exam, higher the value is correct, but apart from these roles, there are other jobs also, right? People are working. So it is not like that. So have a clear mindset, go for CFA, do it properly. Okay. So thank you very much, guys, for taking out time. If you have any other queries, you can reach us on our WhatsApp number. We'll try to help you out as much as possible. Okay. Thank you very much again for joining, and we'll keep on putting a lot of these live sessions for your queries, irrespective of the exams. Okay. We'll keep on keeping a lot of these sessions. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining in.